Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today is Wednesday, and some people say it's the hottest day of the week. You kind of already worked hard and feel like you could use some rest, but you still have a few days to go, 2-3 days to go, and you need to show up, deliver your best work, do the things that matter to move your life, the vision of your life, closer to you, right? But hey guys, nobody said that you couldn't take an hour, a couple of hours off to totally crush the rest of the week. Take it when you need it. You are not obliged to anyone to just grind. You're not a machine, you're a human being. And believe me, guys, believe all of my experience working with so many hard-working clients, more does not equal better. Meaning, just because you push through more hours, it doesn't mean that you're gonna deliver better work. Quite the opposite usually. The more you grind and the more you push through, even though you feel you need some rest, the worse the quality of your work gets. And then also, met a friend of mine and a couple actually, and they both felt like, our communication, it felt like they had no time for life. They had no capacity to even be present for now. They were just rushing through the to-do list, and they felt like what I felt. I'm very empathetic person or emphatic person, not sure, but I feel what people feel inside very clearly usually. And so it felt like they were both guys, like they feel they have no time to life, and this is not the way to exist, guys, because you only have today. We all have only today, and we gotta do something that matters, that makes a difference, not just rushing through our to-do list. But that's just, some thinking on a Wednesday morning after watching the sunrise with quite a few people on the beach now in Playa del Carmen, that is near Cancun in Mexico. And now let's get back to nutrition. So yesterday we talked about high productivity breakfasts that are going to keep you going for at least 6-8 hours. My client's Brian's favorite breakfast. Now that he got it figured out, he's probably going to stick with it for a while, because a lot of also high productive people, we are very into routines. Because why? Routines save time, save energy. You don't have to think about things. And so when you find something that works, you kind of want to stick with that, right? Why fix what's not broken? So breakfast. Yesterday we talked about that breakfast. If you want to know what that high productivity breakfast is, then please listen to the episode we did yesterday. And today I just wanted to mention one thing. I did run that high productivity breakfast, all the foods. I put them into my more precise nutrition calculator that shows me all the macros and micros, vitamins and minerals, and even phytochemicals and antioxidants and all the amino acids and fatty acids, very detailed nutrition calculator, not just your calories or fats or proteins that don't tell you much actually. So I run it through it, and yeah, that breakfast covers in just a little bit above 700 calories. It covers 50% and more of all the nutrients, like all the nutrients that are essential for human health that we know about, and some we don't know about. This breakfast covers 50 and more percent for some nutrients, and 50% for things like zinc and iron, as I remember correctly, and for other things it's 100, 120, 500%. So, and that's why it gives you so much energy, and it allows your brain to create all the neurotransmitters like dopamine or serotonin or norepinephrine or noradrenaline and a lot of other different chemicals to that allows the brain to create them to make you function optimally. So unless you want, brain fog and unfocused morning and lunch or afternoon and evening, that's probably something you want to look at. Some variation of this breakfast that will deliver all the nutrients your body, your brain especially need to function optimally. Because guys, there is no magic, it's science. We do know that we require certain nutrients, for example, for brain to function optimally. And if you get some sugary coffee drink and croissant, or just coffee, and maybe that's not the optimal way for your body and your brain to function, you're gonna get brain fog and anxieties and low mood and no motivation. God knows what else. It's a little bit different for everyone. So look into that. Look into delivering all the nutrients that your brain, your body need for you to function optimally for the next 6 to 8 hours without thinking about another snack, or that your energy goes down, or that you don't have motivation, or you can't focus. So look into that. Listen to our episode on high productivity breakfast that my client Brian absolutely loves. Listen to it. It's the episode that is previous to this one. So that's number one topic I wanted to talk about. So looking at my notes right now, the second thing, guys, if you experience a midday, like whatever that middle is for you, like for some people it's 3 p.m, for myself it's more like 1 p.m. So if you experience midday slump, or this sleepiness, or low energy state, and it's hard for you to focus and accomplish things, so I experimented myself and with quite a few of my clients who were willing to do the experiment with different strategies, nutrition and behavior strategies to address that. And what helps people the most, besides of course being already quite good with nutrition and everything else, sleep, etc., like it's very hard to not be sleepy when you're sleep deprived all the time. Besides all that, what helped my clients to get to that next level when they don't really feel like myself, I also don't really feel like I have midday slump anymore, is exposing yourself to natural light outside. As simple as that, guys. And well, it's simple, but it actually the most powerful signal to our biology, to our brain, to let our whole system know that this is the part of the day. It's bright, it's daylight, it's time to do something instead of sleep and do nothing. So seeing sunlight, bright light outside in the middle of the day will help you to either completely dominate your afternoon and feel no slowdown or afternoon slump whatsoever, or it will improve it a lot. How much time you need to spend outside? At least 10 minutes on a sunny day. If it's cloudy, probably closer to 20 minutes. If it's super cloudy, then probably closer to 30 minutes. And if you have the ability to sit outside on your balcony and you don't have any covering there, you don't have any windows, so it's actually, it's like sitting outside. If you have an ability to do that, that works just as well. You don't need to get out of your apartment necessarily. Maybe you have a rooftop, that also works. So 10 minutes on a bright day. You can even take probably your phone, your laptop, anything to work with. Also, it's great for your brain productivity to take breaks, so it's okay to just be there and enjoy the sunlight. So 10 minutes on a bright day, 15 to 20, closer to 20 on a cloudy. If it's super cloudy, like it's, almost evening outside, then closer to 30 minutes. And do this experiment and tell me how it went for you. But once again, guys, in order for it to work, you need to do the work. Meaning knowledge is not power unless you actually use that knowledge. Just like with anything else, nutrition, your fitness, your behavior adjustments, new habits, they work when, number one, you do it correctly, right? Not just a couple of minutes looking through your window, but actually going outside and spending 10 minutes, 20 minutes there. And then you actually need to do that. Don't just think about it or, it could be good. No, actually try it. And once you feel that it works, it's going to be a very powerful motivator for you to continue. So try it. Let me know how you did. And the last but not least, so yesterday I finished listening to this podcast with Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist, and he has some other titles to his scientific career. He is in Stanford, and he did this podcast with Dr. Samer Hattar, I believe that's how I pronounce his name. He's the leading guy on circadian biology, everything that has to do with our circadian rhythms, or basically our timed biology, how different times of the day and exposing ourselves to light or sleeping at certain time, eating at certain time, how it all affects different metabolic processes, our mental state, our mood, our energy level. So I finished listening to that, and yeah, they were talking about this tripod method to help you maximize your productivity, your mood, your drive, your motivation, to basically feel and do your absolute best. There are 3 things that you want to do on a regular schedule that is kind of best for your biology, meaning most of us are daylight creatures, meaning doing stuff at night is really not good for most of people. People think, well, I'm a night owl. It's surprisingly how many people who say that become early birds once you put them on an experiment in the middle of nowhere with no lights, in camping conditions, and when the sun goes down, those people have no problems to go to sleep at 8 and 9 p.m. and wake up with sunrise. It's surprisingly how many people who say they night owls become early larks in those conditions. And there were many experiments done that would happen. So most people are daylight creatures again. And that's how you want to organize those 3 things. Your sleep schedule, same time, it's very important. Our biology is very synchronizable, meaning we benefit a lot when it comes to health, productivity, weight loss, fitness, everything, when we synchronize things and do this major aligning things on the same schedule. So your sleep schedule, when you see your sunlight, ideally you want to see sunlight in the first hour of your waking, or if you wake up like myself before sunrise, in the first hour of sunrise. So the time when you see, the first time when you see sunlight outside, the same thing applies. 5-10 minutes when it's bright, around 20 minutes when it's cloudy, around 30 minutes when it's super cloudy. So waking time, light seeing time, that's the second thing you want to align. And the third thing is eating. When you eat, when you have your meals, the more regular the time is, the better everything going to work in your body. Your digestion, your weight management, your fat loss, your gut health, but then also your productivity, your focus, everything going to work so much better. I'm a live testimonial of that. Even changing meal time once a week had a huge impact on my productivity for a few days after. And the same thing, all the people I work with, they report the same. And then, this podcast with Andrew Huberman and Dr. Samer Hattar, they talk about exactly the same thing. Like Samer Hattar, he said, I'm losing weight so much easier now that I'm sticking to the same schedule of my food without seemingly having to change much at all. And that's it for today, guys. So today we talked about high productivity breakfast. Well, first we talked about how important it is to take breaks if you are truly interested in delivering high quality work and living high quality life instead of feeling like you're always rushed and you have no time for your life, basically. Right? So take breaks, take rest. It's important. You're not a machine. Number 2, high productivity breakfast. When you deliver all the nutrients in sufficient amounts to your brain and your body, you're going to be blown away by how well you can function instead of having brain fog, no energy, no motivation, anxieties, no confidence, etc., etc., etc. So have a good breakfast. And by breakfast, I mean it doesn't have to happen at specific times. before your most productive part of the day, when you want to be your most productive. If it's from, I don't know, noon to 6, be that noon to 6. If it's from 3 to 9 p.m., be that. If it's from 9 a.m., then have breakfast before that. The next part is, don't forget to align the most important things for your circadian biology, your sleeping time, the time when you see first time your sunlight, should be first hour of waking or sunrise, depends how early you wake up, before the sun or after the sun, right? And the time of your meals. And if you want to reduce or completely eliminate a midday slump, then go out there in the middle of the day for, again, 10 minutes when it's bright, 20 minutes when it's cloudy, closer to 30 minutes when it's super cloudy, and see how it affects your productivity in the middle of the day. And don't forget, it only works when you actually put in the work, when you actually do it. Knowledge is not the power. Knowledge is potential power that you only get if you actually use that knowledge, if you apply it to something in your life. And that's about it for today, guys. So Wednesday went super well. On Thursday, we're going to talk about different nuts and seeds for different productivity and health goals you might have, and you're not sure which nuts and seeds to choose. So here you go. You're going to know which nuts work for what purpose. And on Friday, we're going to be talking about brain no-nos, foods and substances that give you brain fog, lack of motivation, energy, and a lot of other not so good things that you probably want to avoid or minimize. So that's on Friday. So stay tuned. Thursday, Friday, we're going strong, taking breaks when necessary. And guys, don't forget to share this episode with someone who you believe might learn a lot and benefit a lot from this episode. Share. Let me know if you have any questions using the form in the show notes. And as usual, guys, till next time, eat better daily.